In our Sunrise Smart Start, more than 100,000 Russian soldiers are taking part in military exercises along the Ukrainian border. The show of force has prompted fears that an invasion could be imminent, something the Kremlin denies.
We are joined once again by Washington correspondent Basil John, live in D.C. Basil, good morning. What can we expect from this highly anticipated meeting coming up today?
Yes, well, Mark Alley, good morning. And yes, the French government actually announced earlier in the week that they would be holding a meeting with Germany, Russia, and Ukraine, all in an effort to deter a new war starting in Europe. That is expected to happen later today. And what could come out of it, we don't know. But the main goal is to make sure that things do not escalate.
All right, Basil. And is President Biden still considering sending U.S. troops to Ukraine?
It seems to be mixed messaging from the president. Yesterday, he said that they are at the ready. While they have been threatening with economic sanctions, they also are at the ready if they need to deploy soldiers. But he then also stated that he has no intention of sending troops to Eastern Europe anytime soon. So everything is just reactionary based on what the Russian president ends up doing.
Well, thank you for your time this morning, Basil. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell gave President Biden a show of support yesterday, saying the administration appears to be moving in the right direction.
Let's stay in Washington. On Capitol Hill, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says she will seek re-election. The 81-year-old Democrat made the announcement yesterday, but did not say if she plans to run again for House Speaker. If re-elected, Pelosi would serve a 19th term in Congress.
Turning now to the latest on COVID-19, it's been a whirlwind of events since we last told you about the status of New York State's mask mandate. First, a judge saying it's unconstitutional, then another court appealing.
Now, school board members and parents are speaking out as well about this. Eriquetta Costa live this morning with more on what you need to know. Eriquetta, good morning.
Good morning, Mark, and definitely a lot of emotions over this topic, something we saw firsthand last night in a few virtual school board meetings, including Fairport and Pittsford Central School District. Educators say they want this mandate to stay in place, but some parents across the county in several districts want to reconsider it. The mandate was first put in place in December by Governor Kathy Hochul for schools and public places. Yesterday, we told you a Supreme Court judge ruled this unconstitutional. The State Department of Education then coming out saying masks should stay because the state health department is appealing. Now, a temporary stay is in place for the mandate, but parents in school districts across the county, as I mentioned, are not done with the conversation.
The district is required to comply with the regulation and corresponding directive and will continue to require all students, staff, and others on school property to wear masks while this litigation is in process.
Now would be the right time to update the mask policy to one of choice.
Masking children is not good for their social well-being.
Meanwhile, Monroe County Public Health Commissioner Dr. Michael Mendoza says COVID is still here, and he says no matter what the courts decide, masks do prevent spread of infection. In Pittsford, Eriquetta Costa, News 8.
Eriquetta, thank you. Now, on this topic, we have statements from the state attorney general and leading Republicans and Democrats posted at rochesterfirst.com.
Poison control experts are reminding parents to keep the small vials in at-home COVID testing kits away from young children. The Upstate New York Poison Center says they've received calls recently about children drinking the liquid in the vials. While it's unlikely to cause significant illness, experts say it's still a chemical and should not be ingested. Just like medicine or other chemicals, experts say put the vials where kids can't reach them.
It's important to have a conversation with the kids, what it is. It's perfectly safe to use it. You know, you can do a COVID test on your child. People are doing it. You should. Just make sure that you're doing it with eyes on them and you're doing it with them, not having them do it on their own. so that they don't run the risk of putting it in their mouth.
Experts say the vials are also a choking hazard. If you have any concerns or questions, you can call the Poison Center at 315-464-7078.
Christine Gregory with us now, and another brisk start to the day. Christine.
Oh, yes. I feel like every time I'm doing the shift here for James that we're just consistently talking about the cold. It's been a cold month, a cold week, with temperatures not even breaking that 30-degree mark pretty much over the past 7 days. The rest of this week still does offer a fairly brisk feel with unseasonably cold temperatures. Temperatures below 30 for a high even as we end the week. We do get a little bit better for Thursday with highs you could see above 20 degrees, so that's always good. After a cold and quiet weekend, we do eventually see those 30s, I think, return for next week. So it'll be a slow go here, but I think we're finally looking at some improvements once we get into the first part of February.
All right, Christine, thank you. Let's check the roads again with our sunrise traffic. One accident to pass along at this hour in Webster. It's on Gravel Road at Empire Boulevard. 390, 490, 590, and the Thruway on time at last check. Well, investigators are still trying to figure out what caused a massive fire at an apartment complex in Parenton.
Yeah, firefighters responded around 3 o'clock yesterday morning to Honeysuckle Terrace. Officials say 18 units were completely destroyed while many others were damaged. At least 65 people have been displaced by the fire that lasted just over 4 hours. Those displaced are currently staying at the Parenton Community Center. No injuries have been reported, though we were told some pets did die.
I'm going to have a list for volunteer time to kind of be here to hand out goods. If families can come, and the space will be open in the mornings and then the evenings. They can come in and shop for what they need, and everything is free of charge, and everything has been donations.
They're treating them well, clothes, food, shelter, getting everything sorted out for them over there at the rec center.
The Hive in Fairport is accepting donations for the displaced residents. Things like toiletries and clothing can be dropped off at their location on Fairport Road.
In other news, one man has been arrested after a fire was started in the Civic Center garage in Rochester. Investigators say 2 men were previously involved in a fight that led one to try to set the other on fire. According to police, that fire did not spread. One man involved in that fight was detained. The other is at large. The investigation is ongoing.
According to data from federal education officials, graduation rates are down in 20 of the 26 states analyzed. This despite many of those states loosening education standards to help those struggling during the pandemic. Researchers say reasons for the drop include a decrease in social interaction with fellow students and teachers, which they say has caused less motivation.
Pete Dupre, known to many as Harmonica Pete, will be laid to rest today. The local World War II veteran died last week. He was 98. Dupre, well known for traveling the world playing his harmonica at many major sporting events. The funeral is set for later this morning at 9:30 at the Church of the Assumption on East Avenue in Fairport. The service will also be streamed online through the church's website. Here's what some folks will be talking about at the water cooler this morning. A Big Papi is headed to Cooperstown. Red Sox legend David Ortiz has been selected to the National Baseball Hall of Fame after getting 77.9% of eligible votes. He needed 75% to gain admission. The slugger hit 541 homers in his career. Other big names like Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens were not selected.
Well, congratulations to him. What I wouldn't give to be sitting under the sun at a baseball game right now.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
That sounds lovely.
And
Dreams
we're not going to get
on a cold winter morning, Christine.
It's a while.
Yes. Yeah, this morning, not a lot of warmth to go around here. It's yet another bitter cold start, and the farther south you go of Rochester, the colder that you are going to be. We've got 11 degrees in Rochester, 5 in Honeoye Falls, -1 in Penyan. So bitter cold start. We are all bundling up this morning. Outside of the cold, we're generally pretty quiet outside of a few lake effect flurries that we'll see fade into the afternoon. I do think we will end up with a day where we have some clearing like yesterday in between those lake effect flurries. We'll have a mostly quiet day with some of that sunshine, but the cold is going to stick around even into this afternoon.
All right, Christine, thank you. And thank you so much for watching News 8 at Sunrise.
Our next update coming up in 30 minutes. CBS Mornings is up next. Have a great day.